trouble anywhere. We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all to Jesus. Give it up. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all to Him. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all. Still our refuge. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all to Jesus. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all to Him. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Give it up.
What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear.
What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all to Jesus. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all to Him. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all to Jesus. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all to Him. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all to Jesus. Oh, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all to Him. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all to Him. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it all to Him. What a friend we have in Jesus.
Give it up, give it up.
We should never be discouraged.
Give it up. All to Jesus.
Give it up.
Give it up, give it up.
Everything in prayer. Give it up to Him. Give it up. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Let the problems of today lead them to conclude that for them life is not the way. But every problem has an answer, and if yours you cannot find, you should talk it over with Him. He'll give you peace of mind. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. Many of us feel we walk alone without a friend, never communicating with the one who lives within, forgetting all about the one who never lets you down. You can talk it over with Him, He's always around. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. Psychiatrist that's known throughout the world for solving problems of all men, women, little boys and girls. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. Ooh, when you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. right kind of twist that's known throughout the world. So the problems of our men, women, little boys and girls. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. When you feel your life's too hard, just go and have a talk with God. Oh, when your load's much to bear, just go and talk with God. He cares. Just go have a talk with, have a talk with, have a talk with, have a talk with God. Where do I go when there's nobody else to turn to? Who do I talk to when nobody wants to listen? Who do I lean on when there's no foundation stable? I go to the rock, I know He's able. I go to the rock, I go to the rock for my salvation. I go to the stone that the builders rejected. I run to the mountain, and the mountain stands by me. When all the earth around me is sinking sand, on Christ the solid rock I stand. When I need a shelter, I go to the rock. Where do I go when the storms of life are threatening? Who do I turn to? Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, 'cause we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday. Regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man, he's sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. I hope you are, and you've got us feeling all right. Now, John at the bar, he's a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free. And he's quick with a joke, or he'll light up his smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. He said, John, I believe this is killing me. As a smile ran away from his face, I know I could be a big movie star if I could get out of this place. La 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 la, la 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. Now Paul, he's a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. And he's talking with Davy, who's still in the Navy, and probably will be for life. Oh, and the waitress is practicing politics as the businessmen slowly get stoned. They're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. La 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 la, la 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. Pretty good crowd for a Sunday evening, everybody. How you doing?
Hello. Oh.
That was deliberate. Dominant seventh.
Yeah. Of course it was.
You know that? Okay.
it
I don't
was.
make mistakes. They're all planned. And the manager, she gives me
An ironic smile.
an ironic smile. Or was that an ironic one? That's
smile.
and she gives me a smile. Well, how are you doing tonight?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm hoping that you're going to finish the song this week.
Oh yeah, forgot.
You
Didn't
completely
finish it
forgot
last
it
time. I
last
did it
week.
with Jeff.
Yes. Everyone was
Yeah, I
waiting
stopped here.
for the second half.
Yeah. I should have finished it because you know that it's me. They've been coming to see. So forget about, and it's just kind of reiterate this after 129 shows and 3.5 years.
You reckon?
They are coming. So look, I don't care how you do your hair, right? Or what the makeup is, or what all the glitzy stuff, right? Oh, you are glam for a very old woman.
Someone has to make
but
an effort.
You are doing well for an old woman. You are.
Shut up.
No, you are. Yeah, you are. And I think our guest thinks so too, and didn't even believe that you were approaching 70. You see, but there you are. You are.
You'll get the test card and you haven't been going for 4 minutes yet. Yeah, you got the test card. Well done.
Here we go. Right. And so it begins. Because she knows that it's me. They've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. Oh, and on the piano it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone it smells like a beer, and they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? La 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 la, la 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. Notes die away from the Steinway once again. We welcome you to JV Live from the Steinway room with special guest Carl Beech tonight. What a man he is.
just been talking to him in the kitchen. He's got a lot to say, and we've only got an hour. Goodness gracious me, we could be going on for 2 or 3 days here. It could be.
This could be a mistake, people. These two together, it could be a mistake.
I think ADD, going mad, and I think actually it's absolutely brilliant. We had a lovely conversation, and you're going to love this man. And I have to say, it's been one of those weeks, hasn't it, people? I want to go straight in, Rachel, and do moments. I just think this is a song.
And this
right
is
now.
for the lovely Chris Chivers. It's your birthday today, my dear. So have a lovely birthday and
Song
enjoy
from
the
Bryn
show,
Haworth.
especially for you.
On the album Lockdown Sessions 2. It goes like this.
These are the moments that we love so well. Precious moments caught within a spell. All too soon our lives, they fade away. These are the moments that we wish would stay. And if I had my life to live again, I would choose to be with you, my friend. Time moves slowly, yet it goes so fast. And who knows how long the days will last. So cherish deep within you the love you get today. Let the moment linger, for tomorrow steals that away. Tomorrow steals that away.
Come on, Bryn, pray for us now.
These are the memories that we made so well. Lives like stories that we long to tell. When we're old with not too much to say, we'll have the memories that we made today. We'll have the memories that we made today.
A beautiful song from a beautiful songwriter, Bryn Haworth. He's going to be joining us. Actually, those of you who are coming out to our away day, the JV away day in, when is it? November the 15th.
November the 15th.
We've got you're going to be staying overnight. We've got Bryn Haworth coming to do a concert with me in the evening, and we've got Richard as a special guest, and Richard Everett, and he's going to be coming and doing a reflection for us. A really great. We had a nice chat about that the other night. He came for dinner, and we're really looking forward to reaching you all and on that particular day, November the 15th. Don't forget it. And I think quite a few of you are coming. It'll be great to see you all. It'll be one of the first times that actually since lockdown that you've been able to meet together in one place overnight, and we've got a lovely day planned for you on that day in a beautiful setting of what's the house called? Did you just remind me?
St Catherine's.
St Catherine's, Palmore, with Stuart, one of the community who runs that retreat centre. Marvellous, marvellous. Now, I've been asked to do a couple of songs, and one of them, I might as well get it out of the way, and I'm going to blast Carl right out of the room, I suspect.
It's quite a big room, so he'll be fine.
It's a big room,
He'll
and
be fine.
I'm reckoning.
If he stands
should we
right
do
at the end of the
I was going to play it on the
room.
piano, but
You want
actually,
the-
I
you
love
want-
the orchestral version. It's so
Okay.
good
Is this
for bringing him home.
Can I just do a
Can you
little
can you do a
introduction to this?
dedication? Okay.
This was particularly asked for by Jackie Hawkins, who very
Hi,
sadly lost her grandson
Yeah.
when he was just a few months old. About 6 years ago, is it, Jackie? 6 or 7 years ago? It must have been, because you've had two granddaughters since. So this is a very hard week for many people. Baby Loss Awareness Week has been going on this week, and we just want to say we're thinking of you people, because it's very hard. It's very hard to lose a baby at any stage, and this week is very special. So she asked for Bring Him Home, and I think it's very appropriate.
Thank you, Rachel. We recorded this now 3 years ago, didn't we? And remember, this version you hear on your recordings, it was performed in an angry mood, and this tonight is not. Here it goes like this. God on the high, hear my prayer. In my need, you have always been there. He's young, he's afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home. Bring him home. He's like the son I might have known if God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one, how soon they fly. On and on, and I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He's young, he is only a boy. You can take, you can give. Let him be. Let him
will do very nicely. Thank you, Mr. Veira. Brilliant. Bravo, Barbara.
You know, the first time I sung that, once I came round from... All these songs were recorded, if you don't remember me telling you, all these songs were recorded after you guys raised this extraordinary amount of money so we could record these albums during the lockdown period. And I had sworn I would never sing this song. I sworn I had.
Yeah, absolutely. You were very, very adamant that you were not going to do it.
Never
written for a tenor and so on. Even though I said to him, look, just drop it a few keys. No one's going to notice. Just do it.
Then one night I did it, and that was it.
Well, one afternoon you decided to practice it, and it was awesome. And then the first show that we did after we'd had the kidney transplant, Jonathan said, I don't know what I can sing tonight. I'm really not sure. I'm just going to take it easy.
3 months.
The first thing he did was sing Bring Him Home. And Rachel and I were floods of tears. Oh, my goodness. We were in a terrible state.
Actually, so was I.
Terrible state.
Because actually it does touch a lot of souls. It does. And actually, one of the things, but I said, and this was the pertinent point, when I was in bed dying at that point, when I thought that was the end and the kidney had failed, and I thought, that's it. I thought all these songs that I'd picked were songs about if I die, let me die. And I deliberately picked them that way. Autumn Leaves. The falling leaves drift by my window, the falling leaves of red and gold. And it was, since you went away, the days were long. And it was all that stuff. And I am very melancholic.
That's where you were in your head, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it still is. I don't expect... There's part of me, you know, I had my consultation on Thursday, and it's that with the kidney consultant, and it was, you know, it's always, those of us with chronic illness, you're always on the edge of stuff. I'm going to talk about it a bit tonight. You're always on the edge of stuff, and I know a lot of you out there right now, and I just want to make this little announcement, because I think it's appropriate to do this right now. I had to go and visit somebody, a friend, and who got some rather bad news this last week or so. And he's been an extraordinary member of this community. He was a teacher, a musician for many, many years, led choirs and played the piano and did lots of stuff. And Michael Cooper, just a decent guy.
Lovely man.
He's just what it says on the tin. There is no side to him. I mean, I hope there's not any side to you, Michael. And if there is, could you write in and tell me?
There isn't.
But there isn't. And your lovely wife, Lorraine, the same. There's no side. You live a simple life. You're not pretentious, none of that. Not like me. And although I've got a lot to be pretentious about, haven't I suppose? What do you think, Sue?
I'm not even going to deign to answer.
Anyway, okay, sad stuff here, which is that Michael has been being treated for cancer for some time now, and the treatment that he's been receiving no longer was working. And is working, and they've stopped treatment. And they've given him some time now to live. They don't know. With all of these estimates, it's very difficult to guess. But it's probably not going to be a huge amount of time. And so we send you our biggest love, and for you both, and you as a family, for Ben, for Jonathan,
and of
Maria.
course we've had Maria in the room.
We've had Maria in the room too, talking about her project. And lovely, lovely lady, the most gentle soul.
She was lovely.
And for you, Ben and Jonathan. And so we send our fondest love to you.
do.
And you know, is there's anything we can do, and actually that just what I said when I met you, anything that we can do to help, literally, financially or emotionally or spiritually, whatever, just give us a call and we will try and help in that way. We love having you as part of the community. You're one of the faithful members of it. And you're a giver, and you give to those in need.
Some of your cartoons leave a lot to be desired.
Well, no, I love those cartoons.
They're great.
But I think actually his generosity too during this time is one of his hallmarks, and it's often I love that, giving from not, he's not a rich man, but he's rich in so many other ways.
He is.
Not least of all, his models. I hadn't seen. He's got loads of models.
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
He had little cars and rocket, all that stuff. I love that stuff. You know me. He was a trained man. Anyway, he wanted. What was the song he wanted, Sue?
Because He Lives.
Because He Lives. Now I'll sing that now, and then we're going to do In fact, if you're with us, is he with us now?
Yes.
Can I sing it later on?
Yes. Is that all right, Michael?
Is that okay?
If Jonathan sings it later.
Just give me a kind of an okay, because as long as you're going to be up with us, okay? Because I want to sing that towards the end of the show. But I just wanted to put that out there right now. I'm going to sing a couple of songs together. In fact, I want to do something. I want to do a bit of rock and roll. Yeah, no, I do. I want to be a bit. Yeah, come on, can't see. He's a rock and roller. He is. I can tell. And a little bit of Bob Dylan. Gotta serve somebody. Put it on, baby. Yeah. Recorded this one way back when, from the album Slow Train Coming, in his, what we call his Christian phase, but it's a fantastic song, this one. Let's stick it down to, here we go. 1, 2, 4. You may be ambassador to England or France. You might like to gamble, or you might like to dance. You may be the heavyweight champion of the world. You may be a socialite with a long string of pearls, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. You're gonna have to serve somebody. Sing it, girls. Well, it may be the devil, but it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. You might be a rock and roll addict prancing on a stage. You might have drugs at your command, even women in a cage. You may be a businessman or some high-degree thief. They may call you doctor, or they may call you chief, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. You're gonna have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil, but it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Rock it now. You may be a state trooper. You may be a young Turk. You may be the head of some TV network. You may be rich or poor. You may be blind or lame. You may be living in another country under another name, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yes, you will. You're gonna have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil, but it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. All right, Ben Castle, take it away. That man playing the drums, he was doing my decorating last week. Look at that. Come on, Philly boy. Play those drums, all right. All right, okay, boys. Bring it right down. Right down. Come on. That's right. Well, you might like to wear cotton, or you might like to wear silk. You might like to drink whiskey, or you might like to drink milk. You might like to eat caviar, or you might like to eat bread. You may be sleeping on the floor, sleeping on a king-size bed, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. You're gonna have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil, but it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil, but it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. All right, take me home now. Well, it may be the devil, but it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. You gotta serve somebody. Yeah, yeah. You've got to serve somebody. Yes, you will. Thank you very much. Well, that was...
That was different.
That was different. You go from bringing him home, and now I'd like to sing a piece of Mozart. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to ruin that one for you. That one was for David Hicks, who is brilliant. Oh, She's doing this one as well.
That's what you asked her to do.
Did I? Right.
She
okay.
does what she's
Hold on.
told.
Oh yeah, this one is from Coldplay. We recorded this. I love it, and it's got a lovely line on it. Hold my hand inside your hands. I need someone who understands. I need someone who hears. For you, I've waited all these years. It's a great song. We recorded this back in the Pilgrim album, I think.
So Helen Paul, I think this would be a good one for you.
The last one was for David Hicks, who loves that song apparently. Steal my heart and hold my tongue. I feel my time has come. Let me unlock the door. I've never felt this way before, and the wheels just keep on turning. The drummer begins to drum. I don't know which way I'm going. I don't know which way I've come. Hold my hand inside your hand. I need someone who understands. I need someone who hears. For you I've waited all these years. For you I'll wait till kingdom come, until my day is done, and say you'll come and set me free. Just say you'll wait for me. In your tears and in your blood, in your fire and in your flood, I hear you laugh, I hear you sing. I wouldn't change a single thing. And the wheels just keep on turning. The drummer begins to drum. I don't know which way I'm going. I don't know what I'll become. For you I'd wait till kingdom come, until my day is done, and say you'll come to set me free. Just say you'll wait for me. Just say you'll wait for me. Just say you'll wait for me. Four of my favourite musicians playing on that track. Mm-hmm. Just outstanding. You had Phil on drums, Phil Crabb on drums. You had Mark Edwards on piano and other keys. You had Ben Castle on
Who was playing the mandolin?
Mandolin was Bryn Howarth.
Of course it was.
And
Silly
then the
question,
previous
Mrs.
track was
Veira.
Ben Castle. And we came together and did this wonderful album. We just did tracks that we wanted to do. As you know, secular and Christian, I don't put any barriers.
Just a good
I
mixture.
do songs. And it's just, and I love that line. In your tears and in your blood, in your fire and your flood, I hear you laugh, I hear you sing. Remember that line where the Father sings over us? I wouldn't change a single thing, and the wheels just keep on. For you, I'd wait till kingdom come, till my days are done. And say you'll come to set me free. I love that. And say you'll wait for me. We've waited a long time.
Can I just say that John Bown put a post up that most people agreed with, that whatever JV is on tonight, I could use a bit of that.
Well,
you're certainly on fire, Mr. V.
Yeah, but I think actually it's very weird, isn't it, about vocal styles?
Yeah,
I've mixed them a lot tonight.
You have?
And I don't care. It's a kind of I don't care day today. I smashed up the garden a bit, and
he meant to do it. It's all right. He didn't smash up the garden. He smashed up a box in the
box.
garden.
And it made me feel so good, Carl. It's like kind of. I used to do boxing, and I loved that moment when I used to just, that kind of, that thing, and I got the mallet and I smashed this thing, and it felt good. It's been there. Holy. Well, anyway, now, talking of Carl, at last, here he's been enduring this last half an hour, and I am so. Is your microphone on?
Oh, no, it is.
Enduring? I mean, honestly, it's like an out-of-body experience sitting in here. I'm like, have I died? I'm like, what's happening? Because, I mean, I know you got a good set of pipes, but when you're actually sitting here, I just put a comment up.
Yeah.
When it's phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
What is it? What's phenomenal? I never.
Your voice.
Is it?
Yeah, the whole experience. I'm not just saying this because I'm on the live in the Steinway room. I mean, I had shivers. I'm like, oh. And you looked at me at one point, didn't you? And we were going, yeah, that's good.
Well,
that was good.
Well, maybe it's.
I feel like I'm letting everything down now because you've got this like
no.
Dagenham bloke coming on with a tooth missing.
No, Dagenham. We need Dagenham in this room.
Beautiful music.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I just thought tonight when I was going through the songs, I thought, do you know what? I want to feature some great songs.
Oh, fantastic.
Loved Coldplay, I haven't sung one for Karen for Anne Wadey yet, but we'll do that.
What was the one you sang when it really hit a crescendo? Was that
Bring Him Home.
Bring Him Home.
That was the one.
Oh,
I'm like,
that gets them every time, mate.
I was gripping the side of the chair.
Oh yeah.
It was like pulling G.
I mean, it was well. When you sing it, well, the thing is, pulling G, I quite like that. I quite like this. I think JV. Who pulls G. I quite like that. Thank you for that. Thank you. Right, write it down, Rachel.
Write it down. Make a note.
JV who pulls G. Well, that moment has been when you sing it. As I was teaching at university the other day, and I was saying when you hit a note, there is a note that you hit when there's a sound that starts to get the ASMR thing at the back. It resonates, and it makes the things. And when you're close to a human voice that's doing that, it's quite odd. It's quite an odd feeling. Because I know
it's phenomenal.
It's one of those experiences, I suppose. Like it's a physical thing. You can feel the resonance in your body, and all of that. It's funny, but Carl, the Sue will tell you that I have no idea what people. I've never understood it. I never understood it when I was doing the career. I was used to take, and this is the look in the face. It would be, they go, oh, that's so wonderful. I'm going, sorry, what bit is wonderful? Because I just do it. I don't hear it.
Well, it's your thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So
it's what you do naturally, isn't it? So
it is.
I mean, you've worked at it, but it's your voice, and you're used to it, and you think that everyone can do what you do.
Yeah. Well,
trust me, they can't.
No, but let's get that's.
Well, it's a gift.
It is a gift.
It is a
gift.
You
worked at it.
But mate, also, having taught you excited me. You really did. You got me.
Got him all fired up beforehand.
Fired up because you were an enthusiast like me. You do things for the right reasons. You do them, and there is a bit of hang the consequences. People don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that how
Not doing
you've
it for
always
popularity
been?
points. Yeah, I think so. I've never been good at pleasing people. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I mean, some people love you, some people don't.
Marmite, yeah.
Oh, 100% Marmite. I mean, you don't think that about yourself until you start seeing different reactions from people.
No.
And it was my wife said to me years ago, she said, "You're just Marmite." She said, "I love you." But a lot of people won't.
And she's one who
A
likes
lot
to do all
of
that.
people, a lot of people won't.
You say
But
the
that's
same
fine, but
thing.
you've got to be true to yourself, haven't
I
you?
say exactly
Be
the
true
same
to
thing.
yourself.
I say exactly the same thing about you. That, 75, 80, 90% of people can love you, and there'll be that odd few that will go, this is all too much for me.
But tell us about this man, Carl Beech, because some of us who don't know, some of us know you from various things like the Gathering, your men's ministry, CVM, and all of that kind of stuff. But Carl, I want to get to know you a little bit. Right. The boy who grew into the man, Dagenham. Is that where you came from?
So born in Dagenham.
I'm so
in
sorry.
1972, or Dargenham as we prefer to call it.
Dargenham.
Yeah, because it just
like
gives it
Clam
a little bit of class.
Tertia, yeah.
And long story short, ordinary upbringing. My dad was a cop. Mum was at home. She used to be a dressmaker and was at home. I've got a sister.
Yeah.
Who's 3.5 years older than me. Ordinary kind of Hornchurch kid that moved from Dagenham up the A12,
Yes.
Watford,
Yes,
Hornchurch,
yes.
graduate Dagenham.
Know it all that, yeah.
Further up the A12, ended up in the dizzy heights of Brentwood.
Brentwood?
I went to school in Hornchurch, and how do I do this quickly? Basically, obviously I've been a Christian leader, but I didn't go to church. We weren't a church family. A profound thing that happened, which feeds into later, my dad was working for a time in Scotland Yard. And I used to get on the tube, the underground, from Hornchurch up to go and see him in St James Park with my mum.
Yes.
And there was a period of time when I was about 5, so this would have been 1977, 78. Yeah. Used to get along that district line, and it was all bombed out from the war.
Yes.
It was a lot of almost slum communities.
Yes.
And I have a vivid memory, mate, of being on that train, looking out the window and crying. And my mum saying to me, "Why are you upset?" And I went, "I don't like it." Looking at all this poverty. Now, I wouldn't use the word poverty. I didn't know what it was, but I can remember not liking it. And my mum said, "Well, some people don't have very much." And I remember saying to my mum, "One day I'm going to change it." At 5. And that's a significant moment, which gives me a shiver down my spine, even sharing it now.
It's a God moment, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think, even though I didn't become a Christian until I was 18, another story. I think God speaks to all of us, and he was definitely whispering in my heart then. Anyway, didn't do church. Age 12, we got a Gideon's Bible. The bloke comes down to school,
give you the New Testament. Yeah,
big bloke in a power suit, grey hair, big slick back grey hair, and he said,
Red Testament.
That's it. He said, "I'm not going to give you a copy of this book unless you promise to read it every single day, and if you read it, it'll change your life." So we had to queue up and shake his hand. He looks in the eye and say, "Do you promise to read this book?"
Goodness gracious.
And we're like, "Yes, sir, I'll read this book." Anyway, I took it away, and I'm, true to my word. My dad always taught me, he's old school East End boy. He said, "Your word is your bond. You shake hands on something, that's what you do." So I read it every single day, and in the front of that Bible, there's a little guide that says where to read if you're sad, lonely, depressed.
Yes.
There's nowhere to read if you're really happy. But he said, if you're sad...
That's true, that's a good point. You're correcting that. Right?
I've written to them and told them. Anyway... but after 2 weeks of doing that, my mate, he came over to me and he goes, "Beechy," he said, "have you noticed what the Bible's made of?" And we need a paper. And he went, "No, Rizzlers. It's made of Rizzlers."
Okay, for those of you who are not quite up to this, okay, it's the stuff you put tobacco in
cigarette papers.
and you light it up.
So I smoked the first Bible I got given from Revelation back to Hebrews. So I took the word of God in deep, just in completely the wrong way. True story. True story. True story.
So, how about... so you just...
Smoked it. I started from the back, so I didn't want Mum and Dad to notice the pages. No, I did get back to Hebrews, which becomes important later. So
oh, my goodness.
Then at 18, that was that. And then at 18, I was in an A-level English lesson. I wanted to join the British Army.
Oh, right.
Because I was big into judo, doing a lot of rugby. And I wanted to have a fight, basically. So I thought I'd join the army. It seemed a sensible decision.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was doing A-levels. I was sitting in an English A-level lesson. And my mate, sitting next to me, called Bigsy, this guest lecturer said, there's a group of people. He was a Barbican actor. That's it.
Oh, yeah, right.
And he was a Shakespearean actor coming to do a lesson.
Yes.
And he said, "I'm going to stop talking about Macbeth." He said, "There's a group of people that are prepared to die for what they believe in, and they're called born-again Christians. Now, looking back, he must have been a Christian who was doing a bit of sneaky evangelism. And he said, are there any born-again Christians in this room? Now, I'm sitting here laughing in my head because I'm going, it's Cliff Richard. Cliff Richard's born again, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, it was the year of mistletoe and wine.
Yeah.
So I'm like, not a good song for a kid in Hornchurch. Anyway, my mate Biggsy.
I recorded it last year. Steady on.
Beautiful song, lovely song, love it. He put his hand up. Biggsy put his hand up. And I'm like, no, he's having a lot. That's so funny. And I'm going, oh, that's brilliant. He went, no, I am. I went, you're what? You're born again? He went, yeah, I am. So I thought, this is like me World Fella Parks. He's my mate.
Yeah.
So I took the mick out of him for about 6 months. I was terrible, mate. I used to hide in a cupboard. You go in the sixth form common room, and I'd jump out like I'd come out of the tomb. I'm all, Jesus is alive. Really bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, one day he collared me, prodded me in the chest in front of a group of girls, and he said, if you don't come to church with me on Sunday night, you're a chicken, which is a very clever strategy.
Yes.
So I went, yeah, of course I'll go. No problem. He went, well, I'll pick you up at 7 o'clock. My mate Doug will pick you up at 7 o'clock. And I'll take you to YPF. I said, what's YPF? He said, the young person's focus group. I said, what do you focus on? He went, Jesus. I'm like, this is terrible.
Yes.
Anyway,
terrible idea.
He picked me up at 7 o'clock. I was outside the front of my house. This brown Morris Marina pulled up with a bloke called Doug driving it, who I thought was really old. He's 44 years old. He turned out to be the youth deacon. I said, what's a deacon? He said, not an elder. I'm like, what's an elder? It's all language
and you don't understand.
We're driving down the road. Again, long story short, he pulled up at the traffic lights. He said, I'm so grateful to God for this car. I said, he said, Morris Marina.
You really?
He said, Morris Marina. If he'd said
they were horrible cars, weren't they?
If it was a 911, a Porsche, I would have come by hard all my way there. Like, I'm in. Anyway, when we got to the church, there was a group of very good-looking girls on the back row, which totally freaked me out. So I didn't realise that was like, really?
Yeah.
I thought, now I know why Biggs are born again.
Yes, that's right.
There's one girl there that I fancied. She refused to go out with me, so I asked her out that night. She said, I only go out with Christians. I said, well, I am Christian, I'm British. I didn't know what it was. But I kept asking her out. After 6 months, I went to a church weekend in Clacton I was paid for. A bloke there was preaching the message of Jesus called Robert Scott. He'd been a paratrooper. He's now a Methodist minister. He made an appeal. I stood up to the appeal. There's a lot more to this, but because of time, I won't go into it.
Well, it's okay, you got time.
Well, he said, there's someone in here tonight, about 200 people there, who needs to stand up and give his life to Jesus Christ. If you don't stand up and give your life to Jesus, everything you've heard will be wasted. Everything I'm putting in your life will be wasted. This isn't Robert speaking, it's God speaking. So I turned to Biggsy and went, it looks like Robert to me. And he went, it's God speaking. He said, stand up now. And I realised I was on my feet and I was sobbing my heart out. And these two guys came over called Ron, both called Ron. Ron. Seriously, Ron Aldridge and Ron Blows. One was tall, one was short. No joke. They came over and said, we need to talk to you in the back room. I thought, I don't know, what have I done? I thought they were going to attack me in the head or something. I thought, what's happening? So they dragged me out and they sat me in a chair like this, Jonathan, and they said, young man, what do you believe? And I went, don't believe, I think nothing, Ron. I don't know nothing, Ron. And they went, well, something's happened to you, but we don't understand it, so we're going to let you calm down because you're crying, and then we'll talk about it another week. And they went to walk out the room, and I went, Ron, come back, you know. And they said, what is it? And I said, I don't know nothing, but I know Jesus died for me. I just know he died for me. And they pulled me out of the chair, and they hugged me. And they pulled me into the main hall and they went, Carl was lost and now he's found. Seriously. And I went, I'm in Hornchurch. I know where I am. And the girl that I fancied, I'd asked out, came over and gave me a kiss. And I thought I should have done this 6 months ago. And she became my wife.
You're joking.
No. So that day, 22nd of April 1990, I met my wife, had our first kiss, I gave my life to Jesus, and then that was a start. So that night, I stood on the pavement on the Yardley Green Road in Hornchurch. I looked at this dying bush on the other side of the road, and I wept again. And Biggs is like, why are you crying now? And I'm saying, they're green leaves, Alex. The leaves are green. They're green. I was weeping. I'm like, I've seen the world that God had made. I drove home after I calmed down, after an hour. I'm looking at people of all shapes and sizes, colours, creeds. I'm thinking, man, these are God's kids. I've got to tell them, I've got to tell them, I've got to tell them. That was when I realised that something was happening to me. The next morning, I got up. My dad was a detective in the Met. He'd been an armed robbery detective, murder investigator, tough guy. And I went down in the morning, 6 o'clock, and I said, Dad, I'm not joining the British Army anymore because I met Jesus Christ last night and I'm fighting for him instead. battles for him. My dad didn't even look up from the frying pan. He went, "Still fancy girls, didn't you, son? That's the main thing." So I went up to my room, sat on my bed and thought, "You muppet." And I had given a Bible the previous night, a proper Bible, which I still got. And my wife wrote in it, "I love you, Carl, and always will," which I've kept to this day because it's the best get out of jail free card I've got in my life. But anyway, and I opened that Bible and ironically opened onto Hebrews that I'd smoked back to the first Bible.
Yeah.
It was on Hebrews 13:5 and it said, "I'll never leave you and never forsake you." It's overwhelming feeling of the love of God. And that was the start at 18 of knowing I'd spend the rest of my life serving Jesus Christ. And that's the story.
That is a real...
It's a fabulous story.
What a
Fabulous story.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ordinary kid.
Yeah. But I think God specialises in the ordinary, doesn't he? To do the extraordinary for the ordinary.
Yeah.
I mean, I think actually that it's very exciting. But it didn't stop there, did it? I mean,
No.
what were you then? Did you go and study? Did you think?
Yeah,
Did you go and did you earn a living somehow? How did you?
So I didn't join the army purely not for any reason other than I knew my life was going in a different direction. I finished my A-levels. I went to uni, studied engineering. I came out in an engineering recession, so I got a job in a bank. I was a salesman in London for a bank. Very good job, earned a lot of money. Did that for 3 years, but this conviction about the poor and the broken I'd had from age 5 was now growing inside me. Now it's all starting to make sense. I got married at 22. By 24, I'd left the bank and I planted a church from scratch on a council estate in Essex near Basildon. In a really
on your own?
Me and my wife, just from scratch. We were part of a big Baptist church down the road, but we were an offshoot little plant, just me and my wife.
So you got support from the church?
Well, I paid myself through my savings, and then they paid some Spurgeon's college fees, but I basically depleted every penny I'd ever earned. We moved on to the estate, sold our nice house. We were in a lovely house at that point. I came home one day and found my wife was a civil servant. She hadn't left work at that point. And I found her crying on the bed. And I said, "What's the matter?" She said, "I've read that passage in the Bible where it says foxes have holes, birds have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head." And I went, "Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?" And she said, "No, I think we've got to give everything up for Christ." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "I think we should move to the estate, thinking of planting a church." And it was a bad one, like it was rough.
Where was it exactly?
In Essex, on the edge of Basildon.
Yeah, okay.
In Billericay, but on the edge, in between.
Billericay's quite fancy, but
there's a very poor estate, and so we sold up and we moved on to that, and we pioneered a church in our early 20s, and then from there I became a senior Baptist minister, became senior pastor of Billericay Baptist Church for a season.
Yeah, I remember Billericay Baptist Church.
Then I went into men's ministry. For a good number of years, I'm still involved in that now.
Yeah, we've got enough time to talk about it. I really would like to talk about this because let's talk first of all, I think, because there are so many strands to your life. And there are, aren't there? I mean, you're a man of passion and you're a man of conviction.
Yeah.
And you're a bright man. You're intellectually very, very sound. You know what's like, but what I've got the impression by all the stuff I've read about you, all the stuff that I've heard Steve talk about you, Steve Legg, you're one of his closest friends, I know. But also what I've seen of you in the last 40 minutes is somebody who is totally passionate, and integrity is the key word for you. Okay, I think that seems to be where this has taken you. So the poor, tell me more about this, because I think, from what we said, this is since we started running this 3.5 years ago, we realised that our calling, take me to the what was the
take me to the alley.
Take me to the alley. Take me to the alley. What?
I'm going to get the words.
Can you get?
I'll go and get the words.
You
should do it.
Yeah. Go on. You get the words, and I'll carry on. But this for you.
Yeah.
Why do you think God laid this particularly on your heart, when the Christian church is mainly middle class, mainly?
Yeah.
It hasn't really touched to the extent it hasn't touched the working and the poor.
Yeah. I often say I think there's two conversions in the Christian life. there's the one where God breaks your heart for Christ, and then He breaks your heart for the poor. And I think if you take justice and the poor out of the Bible, you've got a very thin book indeed. And God first spoke to me through the story in Luke, when Jesus announces his mandate. The Spirit of the Lord is on me. He's anointed me to preach good news to the poor and set the captives free. And then he goes and touches a leper. First thing he does. First miracle, I think. A leper comes over to him and says, "If you're willing, make me clean." And he says Jesus reached out and touched him. Now, if you're a leper in the ancient Middle East, that made you spiritually and physically unclean. They had to walk around saying they were unclean. They were scumbags. And that's the Son of God identifying himself with the scumbags at the time and being prepared to be seen as spiritually unclean. I think the profoundest miracle there, someone actually touched him, as well as the physical healing. Like, if you'd not been touched in years, that's such a powerful thing. Yeah. And that broke my heart. It massively broke my heart. And I realised that there's no other way I can put this. God had called me to the stinky people. He called me to the people who are dying with nothing. He called me to the people that people write off. And I don't know why me. It's a lonely road. And I'm really trying to live it. So we live in a community where there's 45% illiteracy. If you live 3 miles west of where we are, you live 10 years longer, 30 years more without chronic health conditions. There's no commuters, no infrastructure. It's a forgotten place. And Edge Ministries that I started, we call it Reaching Forgotten People in Forgotten Places. And yet the white working class in particular in the UK are the most unreached people in the whole country.
Yeah.
And there's no resource going to it.
No.
And why me? I don't know, but I'm utterly convicted and passionate about it.
Yeah, I see that, and I think actually all the stats bear this out. When we go into churches, and I know Rachel, who's here, she's in Barrow-in-Furness.
Yeah.
Again, in one of the poorest dioceses in the country. Yeah. And when we go there, somebody invited us. And they said, "Would you go to?" I'm sure. He said, "What did he say?"
He said, "We'd love to invite Jonathan to Barrow-in-Furness, but I can't imagine that he would come."
Possibly go.
And I said, "He will." That was simple. I just knew
obviously
you
I
would.
will.
Beautiful, love
it.
it.
Because the heart that we have now.
Yeah.
I think I told this story last week. He
watched it last week.
You watched it last week.
Yeah.
So going along, in the station, the guy who comes to me in the station, and the sense that I felt absolutely completely convicted that I was to sit down with him and hug him. He was filthy, he was stinky, he was exactly that. Yeah. And it was that notion that the people that literally spat in his face and told him to F off, because they took him to the card machine and took out the £200 and then looked at him and then told him to F off in his face. Yeah. All right, and he started crying, and I just felt totally convicted that this is who we are called to.
It's who we're called to.
And I thought,
Jesus died for everyone. He loves everyone, but I do think there is a sharp focus on this in the Bible. And but it's hard yards. It's
how does that go down with the rest of the church? I'm going to be honest as you can be.
Yeah, so I think people receive what I'm saying. I think I get supportive for that. But like when I announced once what I was going to do, there was a standing ovation in the church. I announced what I was doing. But then I said, "Who wants to come and join me?" Everyone sat down. No joke. No. And people support us and they help us. But I do think when rubber hits the road, what I do is unpalatable, because I'm bringing people into their midst who've got sores on their face and they smell and they say uncomfortable things. So I've had to form expressions of church that work for those people who we love and are precious people, that are different, that we don't put people in rows, we don't meet on Sundays in the same way, and we are like a team of missionaries. We're a mission order of people who are super passionate to reach the broken. When I try and integrate that into the church, it does cause problems. And I understand it, because you've got good, godly people, lovely kids. They don't want that threatening presence, or it's uncomfortable. No. But I think that's who we've been called to
Well,
reach.
and it is. And I think actually that I don't want to say too much, but along the lines of one the church that we belong to many years ago, and it was one particular person. And I always use this as an example. Here in Guildford, we are awfully middle class, and even in the
it's nice here, isn't it?
it's all very very lovely.
I love it.
But
I felt a bit dirty coming into it.
you know, he wanted. He said, "Do I have to take my shoes off?" Are you joking?
Actually, yeah.
Not here, you don't. No,
No.
you don't.
Brought up proper.
But but they were at the back of the church. This guy came in, and he was pretty hard up and not well off at all, and smelling. And the sidesman at the back said, "You might want to go down the road to the Salvation Army. You might be more at home there." Now, if I knew it was, the guy came and told me after he found a job, and he got in there, and he said, "I came here, and this is what happened to me." And it so struck me, and we were doing a concert. I cannot tell you where because they will know who it is. And we turned up city centre, and I'm setting up for the gig, and a guy walks in, and the leader said something along the lines of the assistant leader said, "Oh, there's a tramp outside, and he wants to come in." But I told him no because you're setting up and you don't want it. And I said, "Bring him in. This is the feast."
Jonathan, I'll tell you this story. I led this bloke to Christ who had been an amphetamine addict, a bit of a dealer, and selling stolen goods door to door. He's the one of the Luther boys. They sell the 2 Luthers, 1 for 5, 2 for a tenner, one of them. Anyway, I led him to Christ, and it was amazing. He was a mixed race guy. He had big dreadlocks, like predator dreadlocks,
Yes.
Anyway, we baptised him, and I invited all his mates came from the estate. He's wonderfully converted, and he went under the water, and he came up, and he shook his head, all went everywhere, and all these guys from the estate were crowded around. So we borrowed the big Baptist church up the road for the Baptist Street, it's their evening service.
Yeah.
As he came out of the water, one of the people shouted out, "F me, that was amazing!" And someone said, "Game, we got what?" All like this, effing and jeffing. And the associate pastor of the church picked up the mic and went, "Do excuse everybody, we got 1 or 2 in from the estate tonight."
Oh no.
And I'm like, and that's the problem. They're good, godly people, but that it's so jarring. So I've taken all those accumulated lessons, and I'm not trying to do something separate. I'm just trying to prioritise the most broken.
Yes.
So we're forming faith community that has loads of projects and addiction recovery, community gardens, free hot meals, warm spaces, parenting courses, youth clubs, all of that stuff, food pantries in our rescue centres, we call edge centres, and then we bring everyone around a communion meal. That's our church. We eat together, we feast, we break bread, we worship, we rejoice, all of that stuff, but it's all based around shared life. And we teach the Bible and all of that, but it's messy, it's chaotic, and the people who want to be there, they want to be there. And that's how it works. So it's not formal in that sense.
So when you say you don't sit in rows, what do you do? Sit
around tables. I've got all these catchphrases because it helps people understand. And one of them is everything points to the table and the table points to Christ.
Yes.
So every project, every intervention, everything is come and eat with us, which I think is what the Lord wanted us to do. Come sit and eat
come to the
with
feast.
us. Come break bread with us. Yeah, come to the feast. And it is a bring and share feast. You can have slow roast lamb, hot pot, and sausage and mash, baked beans, spag bowl, Chinese noodles, packet of crisps, tomato soup out of a tin.
You're sounding like my diet, mate. That's
And then we all feast together, where we have these community meals all over the place. Then we break bread and we talk about Christ, and then we do life together. And that's we were people being church every day.
Really interesting about the meal idea. I mean, this is something that I've said to Sue.
I ripped it right out of the Bible.
Well,
totally
what an original
off.
idea! Yeah. Well, we were talking about this on Adrian Peckham, Adrian Pinnock is listening in the Isle of Wight. I hope tonight, and with Nicola, his wife, who's just become a deacon of the Anglican Church there. And what they really have a passion for are the poorer members in Upper Ventnor. There's Lower Ventnor.
Yeah.
You've got lots of people who've got money, and then you've got Upper Ventnor. And Upper Ventnor has got some of the child priority areas in the country in Hampshire, and a lot of people get dumped on this part of the island from the rest of Hampshire down in there. So people with amphetamine problems, drug problems, etc., and alcoholic problems, the depressed and everything else. But what their church is trying to do, they do a warm space, or your space as it's been over the summer, where this fantastic food is served, where they simply sit and talk to people, and people come off the street, and the footfall is incredible. I mean,
it will be, yeah.
Is that what you're finding?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if we give a reason for people to come in, like they don't just feeling based, but there's food or activities and stuff. Yeah, I form in our centres something like a micro village. Yes. All hustle and bustle and stuff happening and life happening, and in the middle of that is the communion meal. Come to the table, come meet Christ. And then we've seen people come to faith, get baptised, addictions sorted out, people in recovery from all sorts of hurt and brokenness. And we got rich, successful, middle class people in there as well who want to serve the poor.
Serve the poor.
Come and help.
And so, and what about? So, if somebody's out there, I'm going to sing us just in between the interview. Sing a song that is very relevant to this, and it's Greg Porter. I think I talked about it earlier, and I know Adrian used it. I know that Nicola has used this in particular in her church during her licensing time. I think food is the centre.
It's sacred.
It started with a meal.
There's something sacred about it when you sit around the table and eat together. And so many people don't do that now. And when you do this, you bring families together. Yeah. The kids start eating with their parents, so all ages are there. Yeah. And people are learning how to talk to each other again and get them off the phones. Our youth clubs are non-digital. It's all board games and all that kind of stuff. We get teaching people how to be community again, and that's so important because it's so missing. People are lonely. They're dying lonely deaths. They're lonely. We've got to teach connection again and bring Jesus right into the centre of that.
By Greg Porter. Many of you will remember me introducing this. After Chelmsford, I heard the song and it suddenly became the raison d'etre of what we were doing, the very reason for it. It's called Take Me to the Alley. If you want to go and listen to it, by Greg Porter. Well, they gild their houses in preparation for the king, and they line the sidewalks with every sort of shiny thing. They will be surprised when they hear him say, take me to the alley, take me to the afflicted ones, take me to the lonely ones that somehow lost their way. Let them hear me say, I am your friend. Come here to my table. Rest here in my garden. You will have a pardon. Let them hear me say, I am your friend. Come to my table. Rest here in my garden. You will find a pardon. Take me to the alley. Take me to the afflicted ones. Take me to the lonely ones that somehow lost the way. Take me to the alley. Take me to the alley. Take me to the alley. I think it's what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
I
Beautiful.
love, and that's the King.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful, yeah.
And it just, I think actually what you're doing, can I just speak to you directly out there? I mean, I think this is, it's like somebody has encapsulated everything that we're trying to say. And what my frustration is with the church is it continues doing what it does, and it dabbles in it dabbles in the poor, and it's well-meaning, and
well-meaning. Years ago, there's a guy called Colin Marchant, who is president of the Baptist Union. At one point, I don't know if he's still alive. He was a real practitioner and a theologian about the urban poor. And I was doing some projects from a nice church going into an area, and he looked at me, fixed my gaze. I was only about 23. And he went, the last thing we need is a parachutist. Get in there. Get in there.
Yes.
And that was it. So by 24, I've moved in, and I've never not done that now. I live amongst...
You amongst them?
Yeah, live amongst. Get in there. That's been my life.
Tell me, was that a challenge for you, your family, your kids? Be honest.
Well, because Karen had that word too about fox have holes, birds have nests, that helped. And there is this... A lot of people say to me, what about your kids? What about your kids then? Because of the schools and... Well, the bottom line is my youngest went to the world's best veterinary college and passed out the top, and is a vet in High Wycombe. Oh. My other daughter's a tattoo artist, but she runs her own business, and she's mad.
As a box of frogs.
I always say, like, one lives in Narnia and the other one's an academic. but they both love the Lord. You know, they're good kids. Yeah. My oldest tattoo artist is married. She's got a kid. I'm granddad. Like, God honours you. Yeah. Like now, I know it can be tough, and we've had our hard yards, and I think, you know, obviously we might get onto this, but my health isn't the best, and I do wonder. I mean, my wife says to me, she's not a Karen, by the way. She's so peaceful. She's so peaceful.
Those of you who don't know, a Karen is somebody that is described as a very difficult person in today's
she's like
common
one of
parlance.
Peaceful people you never meet. But she says you live 5 lives in 51 years. You know, you just probably burnt your brain out. But I guess it's taken a toll, because doing what you do, like you said earlier, joke aside, I'm Marmite, but I've had opposition and trouble all the way through ministry. We've faced down some very difficult stuff. My eldest daughter's now married, was horrifically abused by a bloke in one of the communities that nearly broke me in the most horrific, unspeakable ways over a long period. That nearly destroyed us, nearly destroyed me. It's about as close as you can get to a bereavement without having a bereavement. But the Lord, you know, things came good, but that came out of those experiences. It was very tough. There was obviously an impact on my health. My wife and I, we've been married 30 years, we've been together 33 years, but we've been through the fires in this. You know, when you are really up against it. There's not a lot of money in reaching the poor. You're living on your wits. You're not really understood. When you're doing something which I describe as kind of, they coin the term prophetic, don't they? Like you're trying to trying to show a way that is not necessarily popular. You're out on the edge, and the ministry's called Edge, and we are. I've been out on a limb a lot, and not always been popular. Even doing the men's stuff's not always been popular, and only did that because men were not being reached. Like the church, when I started.
Talk to me about that.
Well, the church was 70% female when I started, 30% male, and I just was pragmatic, really. I'm like, I don't think God loves women more than men. I don't understand why it's 70% female. There's got to be something wrong with the culture or the way we're presenting the message. So I got involved in that. And then I got sort of characterised as this kind of masculist alpha male. But actually, I paint with watercolours. I write poems. I play piano myself.
Oh, do
I'm
you?
a bit of a pub singer. I can't now, actually, because of my illness.
Oh.
It's kind of wrecked my hands. But I can't even write
We'll
anymore.
talk about that in a minute.
Yeah,
talk about that.
but I am artistic as well, and I love flowers. I'm a flower gardener.
Mm.
Got a huge passion for flowers. But you get characterised, don't you? Because I'm just a pragmatic evangelist, and the two missing links for me were men and the poor, and that's been the directions that I've gone in, trying to plug the gaps where there are gaps. And
so, to talk to me with the men thing,
Yeah.
you know, why men hate going to church. You know,
Yeah,
David
yeah,
Monroe, that book that
Yeah.
totally plugged in with me. I absolutely
a lot of it's
identified
spot on.
with it.
Yeah, a lot of it's spot on.
It was.
And
although it spoke about America, it spoke about here.
So you need to translate for culture, but basically it's the same kind of gig. And I've applied what I believe are the things I've learned over many years, and we created something called The Gathering.
Yeah, tell us about what for those that don't know, what's that? What's that about?
Well, basically, I was running something called Christian Vision for Men, which I've been involved in for 30 years. It's got about 400 men's groups around the country, blah, blah. But we ran conferences, and I was boring myself at my own conferences. I was boring. My talks are boring myself. I mean, I'm boring. Like, everything we're doing is, I'm bored. And I'm putting them on. I'm charging people, and I'm boring myself. So I was on this conference. It was actually a cruise ship from Liverpool to Dublin. It was actually a ferry, but we badged it as a cruise. Anyway,
How long did this cruise last? An hour and a half?
about a day and a half.
Would you all please go back to your cars? That's what gave it away.
We had 300 blokes on it, and the captain said, "You've eaten more food, you fellas, in a day and a half than the whole cruise ship would eat in 2 weeks. More lobster, please, sir." Anyway, we're on this, which I didn't organise this thing, but I was on it.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there moaning. I'm like, I can't keep doing conferences like this. And someone said to me, "What do you want to do?" My team was sitting around the table. They're witnesses to this. And I said, well, I want to blow some stuff up. Have some comedians, rock bands, all that kind of stuff. And then tell people about Jesus. They have worship, but let's do like Top Gear meets Songs of Praise. And they said, well, what do you need to do that? And I said, well, I need a field. And I'll kid you not, Jonathan, honestly, exactly what happened. I went, I need a field. And someone said, what? And I went, we got a camp on it. And someone said, I hate camping. I went, I hate camping. But the blokes will camp. And they said, where are you going to get a field? And I went, I don't know. And this bloke walked over, posh bloke, with like a cardigan tied around his neck. Like, posh. And he goes, seriously?
Sorry,
and he
I've already got the picture. Yeah. His name was Toby.
Because I'm very working class,
Yes.
when proper posh people speak to me, I get all intimidated and I start mimicking them.
Yes.
So he came over and he said, hello. He said, you Carl Beech? I went, yes, I am. And he said, can I show you what's in my tube? And I went, yes. And he got this big tube and he pulled out a map. And he said, I've just purchased these polo fields. This is 5 minutes after I had that conversation. He rolled them out on the table and I went, okay. And he said, wow, he said, my son had a vision. When we went through the gates of thousands of men coming to Christ. Would you like to use them? And I went, yes, I would. And that became
By then he was slapping you, right?
Well, then it became a field near Swindon. We created The Gathering. And I'd never run a festival before. So first year, I didn't order enough toilets. We had the world's grumpiest barman from Swindon. A whole load of stuff went wrong. Not enough showers. Bad water supply. But I preached the message of Jesus. About 20 blokes decided to become Christians.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, let's do it next year. And then it escalated, and then eventually we had the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight supporting us, Formula One teams, big like stars, and now we've had about 1,300 blokes come to Christ, and we get about 2,000 men each year. 1 year, like normally we have big tribute acts now. We had an ABBA tribute act, which was interesting because you had 2,000 men in the mosh pit singing "Gimme, Gimme, Gimme, Man After Midnight," which was an
Let's
interesting
not even go to that place.
Yeah, and. But when we first started, we didn't have a budget. We got a bloke who was an Elvis impersonator, and he said, I can do Elvis and Neil Diamond for 300 quid. I went, fantastic. Anyway, so he came out and did Neil Diamond, then he disappeared off the stage. Then this announcement came out he brought along, Elvis is in the building. And he came out dressed like Elvis, started singing. He sounded like Neil Diamond again. Anyway,
That's a beautiful noise.
No, he was. Anyway, when he got to the end, I pulled out 300 quid. I went, thanks, mate. And he went, do you want me back next year? And I went,
No, I don't think so.
No, I think we're all right. And he went, yeah, get me back. He said, I'll do an amazing Julio Iglesias. I thought, does it sound like Neil Diamond by any chance?
Oh my!
No one's ever said that to me before. I'm doing amazing. Who Larry Glazers? He said.
I love this idea of he coming back. I just, do you know, that's too much. People are, by the way, any comments, Sue? Any
Everyone's
comments?
failed. Everyone's got off the
No.
call.
No. They are absolutely loving it. They love you. They love what you're saying. Lots of people are saying, our vicars should be watching this.
Yes.
They're all
This is
taking
why
the
they don't like
show.
me. It's
They're
why
all
they don't
taking the
like
show and making sure that they send it to their vicars.
Yeah. Well, this is it. This is what
Absolutely.
I think. It's the passion that you've got, which is, you see, you take something, and then you're doing your best. You pray that it's blessed, and Jesus takes care
Just
of the
have a
rest.
go.
Keith,
Yeah.
and
Here we go. I've got two mottos. Nothing ever happened to a bloke who didn't have a go.
No.
And the second one is, let's see if we can get away with it.
Yeah. No, I listen. This is my heart as
It's
well.
so Jonathan.
This is so me. It's
see if
because
we
I
get
think,
away
well, what's
with
the worst that can happen?
I say
They
everywhere.
don't ask you back again.
It's how I taught my kids. Do you think we can part there, Dad? Well, let's see if we can get away with it. shall we?
Yeah. I think actually it's this safe thing, Carl,
Yeah.
that most of us have been, I suppose, you know, most of the time we were brought up in safe churches that did the right thing. We always talked about sound doctrine and things like that. And so we've got, so therefore what that tended to mean was that we stuck with what we stuck with. And we had what we had.
Well, sound doctrine's always like love your enemy, give your possessions to the poor. That's sound doctrine.
That's sound doctrine.
And
But it's
people
not the
say
bit
to
that we
me-
like.
Yeah, when people say to me, when are you going to get to the deeper stuff?
Yes.
Well, when you do that, then we can get deeper.
Yeah.
That's how Jesus, he kept it there, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's the heart. You know, lay your life down. Romans 12:1, be a living sacrifice. And then if you do these things, so much more is added to you.
You know, the thing that strikes me about where your heart is, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. That in the old version, I've got it here. And what you've done is you've invested in stuff that matters, and your living sacrifice that you have become.
Trying to be. Giving it my
Well,
best
yeah, but
shot,
you clearly make mistakes, you screw
Oh,
up, but you do
all the
yeah.
time.
But equally, what you're doing is
Spectacularly
tell us a
on
little
occasion.
bit. What have you got? Any spectacular failures? Come on, you must have.
Yeah, some shareable, some not, you know. But yeah, I mean, life is, if you're a pioneer, you are going to make mistakes and you're going to hire wrong people. You're going to work with the wrong people. You're going to invest in the wrong stuff. You're going to try something you thought was God and it's not, and things blow up.
Yeah.
But the difference, I think, between the entrepreneur, the pioneer is called by God, and someone just has a go because it might be an interesting idea, is you pick yourself up and you go again because you've got resurrection DNA. You seek forgiveness and grace. You set things straight and you go again and you go again and you go again. And then, you know, I might be known for the gathering and for Edge Ministries and the great stuff we're doing, but that came out of the ashes of many failures.
Yeah.
All of these things. I'm 51 now. I've been doing this since I was 23.
Yeah. So but you've been working a long time.
I've made a lot of mistakes, and I don't even think I've got to where I need to be yet in the Lord's purposes for my life. But
The Lord's purposes for your life. Now,
Yeah.
this is a very interesting one, and I'm going to. We need to touch on this because we need to talk about. You and I, we are in a similar position. We have you, me, Steve. We have chronic illnesses.
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how the knowledge of this came about just fairly recently, wasn't it?
Yeah,
You're 51
so-
and
Yeah. Well, the first thing is I'm diabetic, which, you know, a lot of people are. But along the way, also, I mean, I was fit. I was running marathons, doing endurance sport, weightlifting. But I started to, you know, a lot of weightlifting. I started to feel unwell. And then I started to develop some other physical symptoms. It's a very long journey to get a diagnosis, but I was diagnosed earlier this year after probably 4 years of struggle with young onset Parkinson's disease, which is for those that don't know, is a progressive degenerative brain disease where in your brain you've got two comma shapes in the substantia nigra that produce dopamine producing cells, brain cells produce dopamine, and dopamine isn't just a feel good drug. That's actually serotonin. Dopamine is the reward hit, but it's also a neurotransmitter that makes all your muscles and joints all work properly. And mine are dying. I've lost about 60 to 70% of them already. I'm like this now because I'm on medication. So I have a very serious brain disease, and I'm very young to have it. There's only about 10,000 people in the country my age that have it. So it's called young onset Parkinson's. That's a bit different to age-related Parkinson's. It more comes with pain and something called dystonia. It's persistent cramps, but also get bladder, bowel trouble, chronic insomnia. You can get depression because of the brain damage, basically. A lot of problems with joints, a lot of walking trouble, very stiff at the moment on one side. Your face can blank out because it's masks. I can't write anymore.
Can't physically write.
No, it's called micrographia. My writing just goes to a flat line. I can't make it. I can't do it. And I haven't got a tremor, but I've got a very slight one in one hand. But I'm very stiff, very sore a lot of the time. When I take the drugs, I get about 8 good hours a day at the moment. They last about 8 years, maybe, and then it's brain surgery, if that's a possible option, or a pump, like an adenomorphine pump or something. I mean, it will muller me. Sometimes I have to use a stick at the moment on a really bad day, but I try not to. And there are people with this who can run a marathon. I can't. I got it very bad in my legs, so it's not an option for me at the moment.
But you're feeling your
mortality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Tell
it's
me.
a gift. I say this is such a gift. The gift of Parkinson's, like it just keeps on giving. People really have a go at me when I say this. Like, God don't give you gifts like that. I went, no, He does. He does. I knew I was going to be ill. I'd done this gig in Liverpool. And it was a beer and curry night, and I'm teetotal. And I'm the only one there not drinking until this big fella came in, like Giant Haystacks, a wrestler. Huge. He sat down. He's one of those fellas who just talks at you.
Yeah.
Talked at me all night. Did my talk. Then he kept talking at me. So he's unforgettable. And he was teetotal too. He's knocking back all these cokes. Anyway, before I left, he went, listen to this song called Chainbreaker by Zach Williams on the way home. And I went, yeah, all right. And he went, write it in your phone. Listen to it. Chainbreaker. I went, yeah, whatever. Went home listening to Pink Floyd out of Rebellion. 2 weeks later, I was in my truck and I thought, oh, that song. I put it on. All I can say is I felt this overwhelming sense of God speaking to me in a way that it is indescribable. And I felt this inner voice say to me, not audible, but this overwhelming conviction, what's coming to you is a gift. My grace is sufficient for you. And I phoned my wife and I went, Karen, I'm going to be very ill. And she went, you having a breakdown? I went, no, I'm going to be very ill, but it's going to be all right. It's going to be a gift. 6 months later, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And it changed everything. Like how much I love my kids, my wife, my life, who I invest my time in, how passionate I am about God and the gospel, joy in simple things, just sitting looking at beauty in creation, and like everything has suddenly become this heightened, precious, amazing thing. It is a gift. It just keeps on giving. Suddenly life is so much more precious than what I thought it was before. And I thought I was an enlightened man. And my frailty means every time I take a pill, they call it, I'll stop with this, they call it being switched on or switched off. When you take a pill, you're switched on. You're seeing me switched on at the moment. When the drugs are out, I'm switched off. I start moving in slow motion. I don't communicate properly. I can barely walk. I shuffle. I take a pill. It's like being born again. I'm so grateful for life. Every time I take a pill and I come alive. I'm like, thank you, God. Life is so beautiful. It's a gift, without a doubt.
That's a real Sue.
I mean, it's just an unbelievable story in a way. It's incredible. And you've been inspiring people all night long. I mean, they just, with each story, with each passionate exclamation from you, they're going, this is so inspiring. And I think you have just blown people's minds, actually.
Mainly because there's so many people out there who are suffering quite a lot. and that this whole theology of suffering, how we understand God and suffering and what we're going through.
Yeah, I don't believe God wants me to be healed. I mean, I pray for my dear buddy Steve Legg that God heals him, and he's believing for that. But I think I'm to journey this with joy and strength, and to show people in suffering you can be full of joy.
Yeah.
And I am. I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. And I'm loving it.
Things have become much more. I only said, what did I say?
The clarity, isn't there?
The
about
clarity,
life.
the sharp focus. It changed for me.
I'll get a new body one day.
Yeah. Well, Sue's hoping for a new body for me sooner. She said, "Could you do a body transplant?" She wants the whole body. We're not going to keep you very much longer because we want you to. I don't want you to turn off.
To go to your family,
and you've got to.
I've got to go and get some dopamine.
Yeah. You got to get some dopamine.
I think I've got about 10 minutes.
Right? No, don't.
Can I just ask? Can I just ask? Do they work in reverse? So could I give Jonathan something that switches him off every now and then?
I want to make.
My wife hides my pills and she wants me to switch off. I'm like, where's my dopamine, sweetheart?
No, you stay up there, darling.
I'm sure the pills are in the pill cupboard. Where are they gone?
Yeah. Now, listen. This is serious because we do want you to go and see your daughter. We've been so, I'm going to use the old-fashioned word, blessed by it. We've been made, you've moved us, you've made us laugh, but you've made us feel that passion thing that is part of this whole show. It's what Sue and I have been trying to do for 3.5 years.
Being here. It's been great.
It's been, well, I think you are just...
I've enjoyed it.
I'm glad that you laughed anyway. No, you really have. And I think, I just want to, just for us, people out there have been blessed. And I want them to bless you tonight. I would love them. We have already blessed him a little bit with some little bit of expenses. But if you feel that you would like, because this man has made an effort to come here right now and be here, either through his ministry, or if you'd like to send us something or him something directly, then we'd love you to do that. This man he's going to run out of dopamine soon, and he's going to be crawling around his daughter's house. But it's okay because she's a vet, and so she can inject you with something in your bottom. That's fine. Hello, Dad. I've got some of this.
Some ketamine for you.
Ketamine. That's right. That'll be you done. So I think actually that they can go to your website, which is edgeministries.net, which is up on the screen. Yes. And also if they can see the work you do at cvm.org. And if they'd like to support you, and if you don't know what to do, then send us the money and we will send it on to the man himself. Because I think actually we have been hugely helped. I think people with a passion for the poor, with a passion for life, but also who are suffering. And actually they need that includes me. This thing about depression, this morning I woke up.
It's down,
Yeah. And I can't...
Yeah, it's part of Parkinson's too. It's a terrible thing,
You just wake up with it. And so, and it's one of those things, people like Steve never seem to get depressed. I've never known a more positive man in all my life.
He's amazing.
And Steve, if you're out there listening to this right now, we love
we
you.
love you.
You know, we love what you do and what you are. But it takes all sorts as well, and we're there. But listen, mate, we want you to go with our blessing, and thank you for taking the time out to be with us, because it's
great.
Thank you, because we know that you've got lots of calls on your time. So thank you for fitting us in. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I love it.
And if you can bear to, we'd love to have you back.
Oh, I'd love to come back. Yeah, love it.
Talk, because I think you've got probably another 783 stories left.
I've got we've got a lot.
And we need
one on the way home.
Every now and again, we all need an injection of dopamine.
Yeah, I've got a load of stories.
Right. Well, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Look, the man himself. We're gonna play a little. Thank you so much for coming in again.
Thank
Bless
you,
my
Thanks
brother.
for having me.
And we're going to play a video. We're going to do an Oh Happy Day.
Yeah, especially for Chris. It's
Steele.
Your birthday, darling. Next Saturday. Have a great time. This is your song.
This is your song, Chris. Bless you. Here we go.
Brilliant. Take the meds as well.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, happy
day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Come on, Mick, now. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus washed, when my Jesus washed, when my Jesus washed my sins away. Oh, happy day. He taught me how to watch and pray. Sing it, bang. They're clapping, is that lovely? The rest of you are moving, are you? Oh, happy day. Come on, clap your hands. Oh, happy day. When Jesus washed, when my Jesus washed, when my Jesus washed my sins away. Oh, happy day. Watch and pray and live rejoicing every day. Oh, every day. Sing it, oh happy day. Oh, happy day. Sing it. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, now, Bobby. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus washed. When my Jesus washed. When Jesus washed. Washed my sins away. Such a happy, happy day. Now we're gonna go. 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, it's such a happy day. My Jesus washed my sins away. Come on. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. My Jesus washed my sins away. Oh, let's celebrate the happy day. Let's celebrate the happy day. Come on and celebrate the happy day. Ooh. The happy day. The happy day. The happy day. Come on. The happy day. The happy day. The happy day. Last time. Celebrate the happy day. Here we go. Celebrate the happy day. Come on, celebrate the happy day. Come on, celebrate the happy day. This is for you, Michael Cooper, and for Lorraine. I know you love this song. God sent his son. They called him Jesus. He came to live the life. Heal and forgive. Alright, I'll try that one. God sent his son. They called him Jesus. He came to love, heal and forgive. He lived and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lives. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know He holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives. How sweet to hold a newborn baby and feel the pride and joy He gives. But greater still, the calm assurance this child can face uncertain days because He lives. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know He holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives. And then one day I'll cross the river, I'll fight life's final war with pain. And then as death gives way to victory, I'll see the lights of glory, and I know He lives. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know He holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives. He lives. I know you like the Gaither version, Michael
yes,
Cooper.
Beautiful.
Now,
Beautiful.
this one, I've got to do this.
You've got to do this one.
Mr. Borisov.
Yes. Now, this is for Mark. Congratulations, Mark Borisov, because you have done 22 years driving your bus and brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. But it's also for Victoria, because it's your birthday this week, and I know this song is dear to your heart.
And for
so
Martin.
Enjoy it. And for Martin, whose birthday is, I think, this week as well. And he also drives a bus, so just perfect for all three of you.
Again. The wheels on the bus go round and bus go round and round all the day long. Well, the babies on the bus go wah, 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 wah. All the babies on the bus go wah, 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 all day long. So the mummies on the bus go shh, shh, shh. I said shh, shh, shh. I said shh, shh, shh. So the mummies on the bus go shh, shh, shh. All day long.
Fantastic. Right, we're packing in a few now.
No, we're packing them in.
What are you going to go
I think
to next?
I have to do this one because this one is for a dear lady who we've known for many years.
We have. Heather was our pastoral worker at our church in London, so when we were first married, and she's a very dear friend. And
Right, which one are we doing now?
oh, I thought you were doing Faithful one.
Oh, no, I was going to do Nature.
Okay,
She's also a dear
Heather,
friend.
we'll do another one for Heather in a minute. So
Second.
this is
Right,
a very
this
dear
one.
friend who we also knew in London, who is in hospital at the moment, waiting to find out what's wrong with her heart. We think there's nothing wrong with your heart, Anne. We think it's a lovely heart, but obviously it's not ticking as well as it should do. So with love from us to you, but also to P, because I know you'll enjoy this, P, and you're still struggling with ill health as well. So we love you, and we send this one to you.
There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one day, a magic day, he passed my way. And then we spoke of many things, fools and kings. Then he said to me, the greatest thing you'll ever learn is how to love and be loved in return. This song, Faithful One, put it on. Sue, do the introduction.
This is indeed a song for our beloved Heather, who is 81 today, in hospital with our beloved Karen, watching over her. But we love you both, guys, and happy birthday to Heather, one of the most faithful women I know, who serves a faithful God so faithfully.
This one I've recorded many, many years ago now. Chris Eaton wrote this one for me, and I think you'll enjoy it. I find no hope within to call my own, for I am frail of heart, my strength is gone. But deep within my soul is rising up a song, here in the comfort of the faithful one. I walk a narrow road, the valleys deep, in search of higher ground on mountains steep. And with feet unsure, I still keep pressing on, for I am guided by the faithful one. Faithful, faithful to the end, my true and precious friend. You have been faithful, faithful, so faithful to me. Touch your side, the thorns upon your brow, you bled and died. But there's an empty tomb, a love for all who come and give their hearts to you, the faithful one. Faithful, faithful to the end, my true and precious friend. You have been faithful, faithful, so faithful to me. I won't miss it. Playing with the piano.
I know, just enjoy yourself.
From the starry sky that shines on me, an everlasting hope of liberty. And when the day is done, and when the race is run, I will bow down before God's only Son, and I will lift my hands in praise for all you've done, and I will worship you, my faithful one. Faithful, faithful to the end. My true and precious friend, you will be faithful, faithful, so faithful to you. When Karen can watch it.
Yeah, when she gets home later, probably tomorrow.
That's lovely. Thanks for joining me singing too. Some adverts, I think.
Some adverts from me, yes. Let's go over to me for my notices.
And we finished.
So, we had a wonderful time at Fording Bridge last weekend, and we are going to be at Bude this weekend coming. So do join us in Bude. I know that Helen Thomas is coming, so looking forward to a hug there. On the 28th, we're at Stoneleigh, and I see that Jerry is coming, and I hope lots of other people are coming as well. Then in November, we're on the Sunday morning, we'll be at New Springs in Loughborough, and then on the 25th, we do our first of our Christmas shows.
I've got to learn some Christmas songs again.
Start practicing them, darling. So, yeah, all right, not now. So the 25th is
Christmas.
November the 25th is the first one. Then we've got the 2nd of December, which will be in Pett. The 8th of December will be in Camelford, and then on the 9th we will be in Paignton.
That's going to be a
bit of a challenge, but I'm sure that you will be given all the energy that you need to do it.
Thank you for that.
And then in February we have a date in Newent, which is very exciting. And then the next date that Rachel's put up for us is the 17th to the 24th of August. We will be back at Thornley. We have got other dates, but they're not firm yet. So once they're firm, then we will put them on the calendar. So do not panic. We have, if you need to contact me, I'm sue@jonathanveira.com. And if you have any questions about any shows, or if you would like to put a show on, we have lots of gaps ready and waiting for you for next year. You will not be doing it alone, because I give you lots of help and lots of advice. And we have just the most wonderful shows. We just had an absolute blast at Fording Bridge last week, and we had a wonderful time at Stoke. So do not miss out. Talk to me about it, and we will see if we can find a way of us coming to your church to do it.
Well, thanks, Anne and
yes,
Melvin,
thanks,
for
Anne
that.
and Melvin
Beautiful.
for that.
Beautiful.
Steinway dates. We are not around now until November the 5th, when we will have Matt Weeks in here, who is a wonderful musician.
Multiple instrumentalist.
Oh, going to be
and
fantastic.
A wonderful guy.
The 12th will be Bev Sage and Errol Kennedy. That will be a laugh, I can tell you.
Yes, Bev's
they
outrageous.
don't stop laughing, those two.
And they are from a very famous band. He was from a very famous band, Imagination, a rock band with some #1 hits and all that kind of stuff. So he's a lovely guy.
The 3rd of December, we have the lovely Mark Edwards back for his annual visit, which will be marvellous. And then on the 17th, we will be showing Carols with JV from the Steinway Room, only on YouTube, people.
Yes.
Now, let me talk about YouTube. Thank you for subscribing, because not only did we hit 1,000 subscriptions last week, but because of that, suddenly everything has come together. Rachel is like a child at Christmas.
Now we've got 1.21.
So excited. And now we have 1.2 thousand subscribers. So we have got all those people watching and able to access YouTube and so on. And Rachel just says a big thank you, because she is blissfully happy with all the new experiences that she is able to put together. So what it means is that you have a site that you can go to that's got all the videos and all the music in one place, because it's our official artist channel. Oh, we have an official artist channel.
I'm 62 and I finally got on it.
Some people never get one, so stop making a fuss. So if you haven't already subscribed, then please do so. It doesn't cost you a penny. And so that would be wonderful if you could subscribe to that. As far as our... the interesting thing was, what we could tell was that there were various ways that Jonathan's music might have been used that we didn't know about. And this was a particular one that Rachel has found for us. And we're going to listen to it now. See if you can guess what the song is. This is a video about sleeping cows. So that was a video about sleeping cows. When I said it was a programme full of variety tonight, what can I say?
Sleeping cows.
Sleeping cows. You're in your little box.
And
What would you like to say,
Thorns
Mr.
in the
Veira?
Straw from
Thorns
my
in the
Holy
Straw.
Holy Night album.
Yes.
And well, I was going to sing it tonight just because, but now I can't do
ran
that.
out
We'll
of
do it next time.
You are in the little box, but I want to just underline something about being kind on the
Absolutely.
The site. So what
Now,
did you want to say,
I
JD?
want to say absolutely and categorically, the community exists, about 940 people in this community, and we are going to turn over a new leaf. There will be, if you want to put a post up, and you put a post up, okay? I think we have, there are reasons we have community rules, and that is to be kind and courteous at all times. If you want to say something that is not kind and courteous at any point, then you please do that on your own page. I deliberately do not post anything on here that is anything but. So it's kind and courteous. If somebody puts something up, then be nice. Even if you don't like it, don't agree with it, this is not the forum for strong opinions. This is not, it's just a place to put prayer requests or something else, or
jokes
some
or
funnies
whatever.
or something like that, or just share something nice and simple. It's about behaviour, and I'm afraid we can't have, and we won't have, we are the administrators of this, and so we will deal with it. Now, some people, they don't mean unkindness, and they don't, it's not meant to be unkind.
No, it's not meant to be unkind.
So,
but sometimes they say things strongly because they feel it strongly, but the person doesn't understand because they don't hear it in quite the same way.
when you write things, it's not the same as saying
All
them.
about tone.
The tone is
All
never
about
expressed. So, if you feel so, this is not the site for you if you want to express your opinions. That is your private page. That's what we do. That's what I do. You know I make political comments on my private page. You don't have to agree with it. You can disagree. But
Right,
this is
just
where it
quickly,
is.
before we finish,
Yes.
got a friend.
You've got a friend trust, please, ladies and gentlemen. And we ask you for this. Remember, it keeps going because of you. It keeps going because of you and your contributions, however small. And Adrian Pinnock is going to, and the whole of the team administering this will be very grateful. And if you need help, and it's helped so many people out there now, then we want you to tell us. We will be having Adrian on to talk and be absolutely upfront about what is going on and what has gone on in the last few months. Hey, Adrian himself has had a procedure in the last couple of days, and he's still recovering. He's on, and he's still recovering. So just be gentle with him at the moment. It's hurting a little. So I'm being generous to him because he's a big girl's blouse. Now, come on.
Oh, don't be mean. Don't be mean.
Sure, I'm joking, I am. So, so that, we'd love you to contribute to that. And if you need it, contact us. If you can't contact Adrian directly. That's about it. I think we are done for another evening. I've got to go and record some songs tomorrow down in Eastbourne, so I've got to go and learn them. And God bless you all. The Lord bless you and keep you. Let's just have that one, please, my love. Lord bless you and keep you. Lord make his face to shine upon you. That's it. Here we go to the last one. We'll be a little bit late, but then if you've got to go to bed, please do so. But it's been lovely having you. And remember, don't forget, Carl Beech, if you'd like to contribute to him and to his ongoing illness and journey. I just felt really for him. It's up to you. That is your kindness. It goes like this. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace and give you his peace. The Lord bless bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and be gracious to you, and be gracious to you. It's been a tremendous night tonight. One I hope you've enjoyed. Been a really kind of seat of your pants type stuff.
Holy disruptor, as Owen Lamb calls him.
Holy disruptor.
Yes.
I love that phrase. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and give you his peace, and give you his peace. Now, all of you, until we meet again, which is in a few weeks' time, we'll be out doing concerts. Hope to see you out there.
Yes, see you
and
out
if
there.
not out there, then we'll see you back here with JV live from the Steinway room, breaking the mould as we go. God bless you. Holy disruption. Here we come. Have a nice one. Be good and look after yourselves.
Have a good week, people.
And
Lovely
look
to have
after
you here
other
with
people.
us.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Rachel.
Bye.
Bye.